Hey, little Miss Sunshine. Hey, Tamara. All right, you guys. So I hope y'all don't mind. I'm gonna be eating a little bit of my fruit, eating some cherries. I got a donut peach, which are really good. I love these, and a banana. So I might be snacking a little bit during this live. I told y'all I'm trying to eat healthier, so this is my candy. But I love it. I love fruit, so I don't mind eating fruit. Thank you, little Miss Sunshine. Hey, Franny Fresh. Hey, Kelsey. Hey, Jess. Come on in. Don't forget to leave a like on the way in. We'll get started in a minute. I'm going to give people a minute to get in here, and then we'll get started. This season, at least the weddings, they've been pretty good so far. I'm surprised to see you in here, Caitlin. You usually be in the bed. Oh, this is what I wanted to say, y'all. For those who are new here, no spoilers. I mean, I know I have it right on the screen, but we don't do spoilers around here. There are plenty of other YouTubers that review this show that do spoilers and other things like that. But we don't like spoilers. I don't like spoilers. A lot of people on here that watch my videos watch because I don't do spoilers. And just know, if you do decide you want to go against the grain and post some spoilers, you're going to get blocked. So moderators, Alexis Marie and Caitlin are my moderators. So I don't know if y'all can block people, but block anybody that tries to spoil the show. Because I had an argument with somebody earlier yesterday. Well, I like spoilers and I like to see what. Okay, that's fine for you, but why do you have to spoil it for everyone else? That's fine if you like spoilers, but don't spoil it for everybody else, because it really does ruin it for some people. It ruins it for me. I like to be surprised, and I like to try to predict things and see will it actually happen. Thank you, Alexis. All right. I believe you. That's why I made you a moderator, because I knew you would be on top of it. Okay, I guess I can't eat cherries the way I want to and spit out the seeds. So let's just get started. I want to know, how do you all feel about Karen and Miles now that they have walked down the aisle? What do y'all think? Because personally, if y'all saw my review, y'all already know. I feel like Karen's mom kind of shined a little light on why she was so, fearful and apprehensive. And so this is totally out of her comfort zone. And I feel like she was more so just scared of getting married at first sight, period, than she was disliking Miles. You know what I'm saying? I think disliking Miles was like her scapegoat, but she was actually really just terrified of marrying a stranger. Okay, Franny Fresh says still Team Miles. Miles deserves better. Hi, Tyronda. I think they could be good, but she has to not get in her own way. I like Miles and Karen. She just needs to relax a little bit. I agree. Yes, I think he's the new Greg. I could see that. Somebody said on my last video they could see Miles and Karen being the new Deanna and Greg. And I could see that because if y'all don't remember, Deanna was a little bit standoffish towards Greg as well in the beginning. And I don't think it was because, you know, she was just disgusted by him or anything. She was just really uncomfortable with the whole situation. And just imagine like marrying a stranger and having everybody watch her every move. Like that could be a little bit overwhelming. Felt the show was over dramatized. Felt the show over dramatizing her qualms to get the view. I can see that too, because they had me on edge, y'all. I promise. I was on edge, like my heart was beating fast and everything, because I was just nervous about how that was gonna turn out. I don't know why I was so invested. Yes, that's a great way to put it. It's normal to be fearful about that. She looked beautiful. She did. I feel like she was like, her whole entire look was my favorite. She was gorgeous. But Deanna trusted the process. If Karen does, then we should get somewhere. Okay, that's gonna bring me to my next point. How do y'all feel about the bridesmaid telling Karen Miles's name and like basically, you know, ruining the experiment for her? Like, in my opinion, you kind of ruined it, because that's the whole point. Like, married at first sight, you're supposed to wait until, I mean, that's the name of the show. And they go through these like extraordinary measures so that this does not happen. And I understand wanting to like tell your best friend stuff, because I'm the same way. I like to keep my best friends. If I knew something about my friend's man, I'm going to tell her. But this is a totally different situation. And this is like on another level of ruining a surprise. Like total, like you might as well tell her that people are planning her a surprise party. Like, why would she do that? Yeah, they are dragging it. I agree. Well, she shouldn't have looked at his IG. If somebody, look, I'm sorry. If somebody gives me the name of someone I'm about to marry, I'm about to look. I'm about to look. That's why I'm putting it more so on the friend, because anybody would look. Miles would have looked. You know, anybody would have looked in that situation. I wouldn't have said nothing, because you know your friend is having issues. Why? Exactly. And you added to her anxiety. You already know how she is. If that's your friend, you know how she is. Why would you add this anxiety of, well, y'all know how we are. When we meet someone we like, we go through their social media and we be combing through, we be looking, we be stalking. Just like he said, we be stalking. She knew she was gonna do that. It was unfortunate that she saw, oh man, what happened to that comment? It was unfortunate that she saw his social media beforehand. Some people's social medias don't depict them for everything that they are. Exactly. And men are not the best selfie takers. They don't curate their pages the way women do. Women, for the most part, women know how to take pictures of themselves and know how to, the right angle. Men don't do that. I bet you got a bunch of pictures that are not flattering. We really just don't know how it happened, so I'm trying not to judge her friend for telling. She told us how it happened. She told us that the friend got a message. It was supposed to go to a groomsman, but it went to her instead, so she sent it to her friend. Her friend was trying to look out for her, but I don't know what I would have done if I was in that same situation. Hey, Kinky Curl. I would have looked. Everybody would have looked. Right? They handed her a loaded gun. Maybe the friend just got excited. I can understand, but at the same time, it was sad that the surprise was spoiled. That's why we have to pray for guidance from the Holy Spirit before we do things. You know what? Right. I wouldn't even think you would. You just shouldn't. Some things you should just know. Some things you should just know. I hated it so much. They knew they were giving her that. They knew what giving her that info would do. Maybe she thought she'd help. That's not the kind of help you need to be giving. You probably right. I don't think it was malicious at all, but it's just like, I bet it was like one of those friends that kind of like run their mouth too much or something. Because it's just like, girl, why did you tell her? When she said she was too emotional, he was just excited. But if she was all into him, then we could have another Zach and Mindy. I just the point is to meet the person at the altar, not for you to get to like do your research before you meet them. That defeats the whole purpose. I don't know if the friend was being messy, but it definitely wasn't right. You definitely can't judge him by his looks. He's a total sweetie, not an F-boy. She cried at the altar like he looked like Shrek or something. I don't think that's why she was crying. I really don't. I hope that's not why she was crying. It don't seem like she was crying about that. It seemed like she was just so overwhelmed. But you did make a point in your last video. Why would the bridesmaid have his name? Somebody accidentally sent her bridesmaid a message that was meant for Miles' groomsmen, which I don't think was an accident. I really don't. I mean, it could have been an accident, but that's very. I have to side eye Married at First Sight production sometimes. For me, it's like, why would the producers have sent enough info to the groomsmen for them to be able to find him on IG? It just doesn't add up. That's true. Because why would they be sending like his first and last name to a groomsman? They know who he is. Like, if all the text said was Miles, how would they have found the IG? True. I need answers too, Miracle. It does sound suspect, Jess Jules. I couldn't tell how she felt about him, by the way. She said she felt a little better, but I wanted her to say she found him attractive and actually liked him. I think it's going to take a little time for her. I don't think it's something that she could just, jump into. Her nerves. I don't know if y'all have ever like experienced like anything like high anxiety or an anxiety attack, but it's hard to think straight. When you're like on that level and you're that wired up, it's hard to calm down. It's hard to think straight. She's not even, you know what I'm saying? She gotta calm down. She like all the way up here. She gives out like pretty boy vibes. I think if the man was fine, she would still be acting like that, y'all. I'm serious. I think if he was Morris Chestnut, even though some people in here think he ain't cute, if it was Morris Chestnut, she probably still would be acting the same way. Alexis, I didn't even see that comment before I said it. We ain't even gonna do this today. I think there's still hope for them. Honestly, I feel like they're gonna make it. I feel like they're gonna be a success story. She likes pretty boys or non-black men. Where y'all getting that from? I went to school with Miles. I'm so biased. He's a nice guy. So to see her tripping like that bothers me. Well, at least we know Miles ain't putting on the front. He's actually a nice person. The text probably gave first and last name. I just don't understand why you would be sending first and last name to his groomsmen. If she don't want Miles, I'll gladly take him. Monique, you are not the only one. I'm gonna tell you right now, Karen. You might want to hold on to Miles, because there's a lot of people in these comments talking about how if you don't want Miles, I'll take him. Like, it's plenty of women saying that, so you might want to hold on to Miles. If he is patient and understanding, they will be good. I think so, because even at the altar, he was like trying to calm her down. I feel like he was nervous, so he kind of didn't know what to do, but he did the best he could to try to, like, I got you. It's gonna be all right. Give her the handkerchief. He was trying. He was trying to be personable afterwards. I'm proud of her for going through with it. She's a woman of her word, even though this is not her type of thing to do. I agree. I agree. I'm glad she went through with it because I think it's going to be something good for her. Child, people still talking about they'll take Miles. Yeah, I'm telling you, girl, you better hold on tight to Miles because there's plenty of people around here saying they want Miles. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about Brett and Olivia. So what did you guys think about them? Do you think they have the chemistry? What do you think about Brett's persona before he got married as opposed to how he acted when he met Olivia? Alexis, you can't stand Brett. But Brett didn't really do nothing. Brett didn't do nothing bad this time. The only thing I noticed about Brett is that he seemed like he was speechless around Olivia. He has to be a good guy because he likes cats. His family will ruin it. I think his family will have something to do with their issue. That might be an issue for them. Olivia is a sweetheart. Yeah, that's the cat couple. Girl, his family, let me tell you something. Now, I don't mind, joking around and jabbing and doing this and that and, being sarcastic, but his brothers be doing too much. And y'all have too much material. I would end up hurting somebody's feelings. Cause I don't like when people do too much of that. Like, you could do it every now and then, but they just consistently jab and jab and jab. They bully him kind of, you know what I'm saying? They bullied him. His brother was sitting up there like, get me a beer. I was just like, what is going on with his family? I kind of see why he has like that jerk persona, because it's like he feels so defensive because of his family. He feel like he have to one up everybody. So hopefully Olivia can wrangle him in, because that's a false persona. If y'all saw how he was acting with Olivia, we saw straight through that persona he was given the night before. I was very surprised by Brett's reaction to Olivia. He found her attractive and seemed real into her. Yeah, I was concerned about him being attracted to her. I was hoping it wasn't going to be like a Zach and Mindy thing, but he said she was pretty. So he said he would have came up to her if he didn't even know her. So yeah, I do want to know where he went in that truck. I do want to know that. Yeah, they were awkward and didn't seem to have much to talk about. She was leading the conversation. She was trying. Brett thinks he's hot and he's not. Olivia was talking too much. She was trying to fill up that awkward air. Well, I knew all that flirting was fake, but I don't think he was attractive to her. Really? Poor thing, she wanted a nice guy. Shame on the experts. She might be able to tame him. She might. I don't know. He was intimidated by her. He talks a big game, but it's all bark and no bite. I could believe that. And she's a nurse practitioner, so she make pretty good money. I wonder, do she make more money than he does? Because I feel like he really ain't gonna be able to handle that. Seeing Brett's family showed a lot. It almost seems as if he dims himself around his family because they are a lot, which is also why he's obnoxious when he's not around them. I definitely think his family has everything to do with his personality. I was surprised to see Brett speak positively of her. I kind of was too, and that's sad to say. I felt like he was gonna, you know, feel some type of way, but shoot, he seemed to like what he saw. Girl, that brother would have to get up off me. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna talk to me crazy. I don't stand for that. Like I'm real nice, but do not push me because people think I'm just because I'm nice. I won't go there with you. Y'all do not like Brent. His family did not speak about any good attributes while they were getting married. And I'm like, is that because he doesn't have any? Or is that because y'all are just so jokey? Y'all can't even get serious and actually write a real tribute to your brother. Like, something, he's getting married. Like, why are y'all making so many jokes? Like, I think it's more so on his family. Do y'all even know him? Do y'all even pay attention to him enough to know any of his positive attributes? Or do y'all just sit up here and tease him all day? Oh my goodness, I am not reading that, Alexis. Yeah, it's not that she's not pretty at all. He kept talking about the type of woman that he wanted was like a bodybuilder. He wants somebody fine. So I was just scared because she is a nice looking woman, but you know how men are. I wish we could have seen some of Brett's friends. I wonder if he has friends. All we saw was his brothers. Seems like he has a little bit of low self-esteem. He wasn't sitting very close to her, but he said he likes her. He's hard to read. I think he was a little shy. Oh, Zach said Minnie was pretty too. I doubt very seriously Brett dated 45 people in the last couple of years. I feel like he went on 45 dates. No second dates. He seems awkward. I could see that too. He plagiarized his wedding vows? Yeah, his family didn't even say any good things about him. This is going to be the only time we see Olivia smile dealing with Brett. Brett is another Zach. Dang, I hope not. Matt was charming, but didn't show a lot of affection to Amber. Sometimes the women love the guys more than the guys love them. And you know what? That's real because last season, and I'm going to tell you the biggest problem that I had with Mindy, because I didn't really have that many issues with Mindy other than she didn't stand up to Zach enough. But my main thing was when he came down the aisle, and when she came down the aisle, and she met him for the first time at the altar, she turned around to everybody and was like, oh, he's so fine, or something like that, telling everybody he's so fine. And I'm like, girl, you cannot boost a man's head up like that. You cannot. Sometimes you have to be a little aloof. You have to leave a little bit to the imagination. You can't give them too much because they'll take an inch and turn it into a mile. I knew he thinks she was cute. He hit on everybody. He do seem like he was a little desperate. With that type of family, you always have to be on edge and always be ready for a comeback. Now that he's married, maybe he can now relax and show his true self. I hope he can. Like, I hope he can just relax around her and not feel like he has to be on defense mode. There was awkward silences from his end. She was doing most of the talking. Don't know if he was nervous. Some people clam up. See, he probably didn't even know he was going to clam up. I don't think she's that like a plain Jane necessarily. Brett seeks validation. Perhaps his brothers picked on him a lot as a child. I could see how that can impact his self-esteem. Zach couldn't even push out a compliment for Mindy at the altar, though. At least Brett told her she looked beautiful. True, but Zach got on his knee and proposed to her at the altar too. He did all of that only to not move in with her. So take that with a grain of salt. The brother seems like he has some resentment against Brett. I mean, he's steady going in on him. My mom always said, get somebody who loves you more than you love him. My grandma says the same thing. Because women can reciprocate. Men, you have to make sure they all in. The family is going to be awful. She changed you. I can hear that right now. I know they, especially that older brother, he definitely gonna say it. Both of them look like cats. I cannot. In Unfiltered, I noticed Brett was not wearing his wedding ring, but Woody was. Don't do this. I don't do this. Brett ain't all that, but he definitely won the gene pool out of his family. Maybe that's why they feel some type of way. Because they showed, his brother show was picking on him and poking at him a lot. And then the other brother was just sitting there making him fetch him a beer. Yeah, please, no spoilers, please. I didn't even mean to read that out loud. No spoilers, because I have moderators that will block. They do look a lot older than him. It's no problem. My parents have been married since '88, and neither one of them wear rings all the time. Yeah, I hope they don't hurt her feelings, but I hope she's the type to come back. Please, don't let them walk all over you, because they fragile. As much as they make them jokes, that's a defense mechanism for all of them. You come back, and you come back hard. Because once you get on one good time, once you get one good jab, they ain't gonna try it too much more. He's the baby, so he was probably spoiled growing up, and the older brothers bullied him for it. Could be it. All right, let's move on to my favorite wedding. Woody and Amani. Really? Dr. Viviana been blocking people who post spoilers? It kind of ruins the show, y'all. It kind of ruins it, you know? What's the point of watching? She did have a lot of accessories, but I still think she was beautiful. She looked really pretty. I liked her hair. I liked the veil. I thought the dress was beautiful too. It fit her well. She was decked out. Woody looks like anime. Yeah, you tried it. You tried it. Woody looks like Lloyd. I said that on my review. He really does look like Lloyd. I was trying to figure out who he looked like. Their wedding was beautiful. I still get a little bit of Nate vibes. I'm not gonna lie, because I went back and I watched Nate and Sheila's wedding, because it's on YouTube if y'all want to see their wedding. And Nate was very charming, flirtatious, very complimentary. He really, really, really was. And, you know, it seemed like they would have a good connection, but then we saw how that turned out. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen with Woody and Amani, because I have higher hopes. But I'm just saying we can't go strictly based off of that. But just talking about their wedding, it's hard for me for my hopes not to shoot through the roof, because they had such a beautiful connection from the very first moment. I mean, he kissed her hand. She was nervous, and he kind of like, he did whatever he could to comfort her. And I thought that was beautiful. Because a lot of times that could be the most awkward part, is watching them meet each other. Ugh. I thought she came off kind of uptight and reserved, which was expected because they just met. But in comparison to him, she seemed very reserved. But I do have high hopes for them. I think she started to loosen up as the day went on. But I don't think she was so uptight. Like, she, in comparison to like Karen, she was more reserved than like Olivia was. But she wasn't like real uptight, in my opinion. Especially when they, you know, right after like the ceremony, they went back and talked. She seemed like she got a little bit more comfortable. I was so glad he took them glasses off. Me too. Oh, he was team too much. Team too much. Woody is team too much, but I can't lie. He's very entertaining, and I'm glad he's on this season because he's going to keep the show lively. It's because he was so concerned about what she was going to look like. He was happy she was attractive. He says he likes that she's direct. She's not intimidated by him or his big personality. She understands it and feels more comfortable. I feel like she is going to tame him. And I don't mean this to make him sound like a dog, but what I mean is she's not, whenever he said that whole foreign comment, she did not just let that fly. She corrected him and got him together. And I feel like that's something that Woody needs. That's something, you know, they say behind every, you know, great man is a great woman. And I think it's because, like, when you have a woman there, she'll kind of help check you when you need to be checked. And I think that is what Amani will be for Woody. Like, he kind of can be so amped. He needs somebody to reel him in sometimes. And I feel like that's kind of like, that's where they balance each other out at. He needs somebody direct too. He needs somebody to be directly in his face, like, you're doing too much. I just hope they didn't set these people up for ratings like they did last season. Me either. I think they're going to be comic relief this season. I get good vibes from them. I also can see how things could go left if he doesn't know how to turn it off. They have a mutual respect for one another, which is good. She seems more private. I can see them going back and forth when it comes to communication. Me too, but I feel like they're not going to have a problem with speaking up. And that's going to be a good thing, because that could be a little aggravating to watch when people are holding back. They're the only couple who didn't seem awkward while taking their wedding photos. Show didn't. They look like they know, like they've been knew each other in that picture. He stayed dancing with his shoulders. I hope she doesn't get tired of him. LOL at her saying, I don't want a man who does too much. I know. I know. As soon as she said that, I'm like, Woody is team too much. He's the leader. He's the captain of team too much. But I think it's going to be all right. Though. She seems like she likes someone who'll bring her out of her, you know, shell a little bit. Do you think she's going to try to make him more serious? I hope they don't kill each other's vibe. I don't think she's going to, like, try to kill his vibe. I think she's just going to, like, because he's the type to go too far, I think. And so to have somebody to be like, okay, all right, you know, you could be you, but just chill a little bit. Like, you don't have to say that. I love their dance and how comfortable they were. Have faith, LaVida. My name is Pinky, by the way. I have a feeling they will be the first ones to have a baby. They will be the seasons. Austin and Jessica, a perfect match with great chemistry. I could see it. I mean, I could see all of that. I really could. Like, they really do have a great chemistry so far, as what it seems like. What I don't understand is they are in the South, but none of them have an accent. I know. I was waiting on an accent. I'm like, y'all are in New Orleans. No, okay, even if there's no New Orleans accent, where's the country accent at? Woody got a little one. I'm glad she's a good height because I was nervous she would tower over him. Yeah, she'll probably be a little shorter without heels. I would be talking to him like a son, like sit down somewhere. I think that it was important that he showed interest. Too many times we hear folks say that they're unaware if the person is attracted. Exactly. And that I would appreciate that too. You're right. I can't even talk about height because I was just thinking about it the other day. I was like, most of the guys that I talked to weren't that much taller than me. And I'm 5'6". So as long, I guess as long as you're like a little bit taller than me, I don't really care. I expected him to be shorter than her, so it's refreshing to see that he's not. Jess thinks he's 5'7". Kelsey thinks he's 5'7", 5'8", 5'8". He's probably around that height. I love how she talks to him. She keeps it real. You got to. I'm glad she does though too, because a lot of women are very passive with these men and let them get away with murder. I don't see her doing that with him. Definitely gives off Kappa vibes. I can see that. I could definitely see that. Some of them aren't from here. Amani is from Detroit. Okay. Woody has a strong accent. I don't know about strong. Maybe if you're not from the South, it would be strong. It's all right. It's, he definitely looks 5'5", but I guess he's not. Yeah, give him a little extra inches. Sometimes the good weddings are set up. True. He was doing some Kappa stuff in the mirror on last week's episode. He dances with shoulders and he dresses like I could see it. He was shimmying. Okay. I could definitely see it. Oh, he's 5'10"? Oh. 5'10", that's plenty. Q? Yeah. Well, I think he's a decent height. He don't seem like he's super short. I was pleasantly surprised by Woody and Amani too. Like, they seem like they really complement each other. They seem like they're really attracted to each other. And some people in here are not buying that he's 5'10". He could be. I mean, she's wearing I'm assuming she's wearing heels. So, she could be shorter than she looks in this picture. Q would have barked by now and threw up his little sign. I don't know. He might not be Greek at all. But if anything, I definitely could see him being a Kappa because he does have those Kappa movements, loving to dress up. He kind of does remind me of Kappas I went to school with. All right, you guys. We love Woody and Amani. Woody crying showed me his sensitive side. Yes, I did not expect that from Woody. That is what that was like the beginning of me like seeing him in a different light, because I was like, he just didn't seem like the type that would allow himself to cry on camera. And he was just completely, you could tell that was a real cry. But then again, sometimes men's mamas be making him emotional. He was hugging his mama. He was on his wedding day. So I think the extraness was to hide his anxiety. That could be true too. They definitely had the best chemistry so far. Definitely. If he was Greek, they would have been sure to include the strolling hopping in the reception footage. You know, they love blackness like that. I could see that. I could see it. I think Woody probably would be it would probably be intense when he got upset because he's intense, period. They being white television. When he said he didn't want to be like his dad, I wondered, like, so when he started talking about his dad being incarcerated and him really wanting his dad in his life, that kind of made me think, well, maybe that is motivation for him wanting to be married. Because I kind of was like, well, why is Woody doing this? Nobody around him thinks he should be married or that he's serious about this except for his mom. So I was like wondering what his motivation was. And when he said that his father was incarcerated and he wasn't really around, and, you know, obviously, you know, a young boy will want his father there. So I'm thinking, you know, he wants to be a good father, a good husband. He wants to have what he didn't grow up with. And I think, you know, I think I could take him seriously when it comes to that, because some men really do, you know, want to be the change that they wish that they had growing up. They don't ever seem to show the fun parts of the reception. Yeah, because they be trying to, like, they want to stretch everything out, but then they don't show what we actually probably would want to see. Like somebody like strolling. That would have been like interesting. Unless it's something super dramatic. All right, you guys. Let's move on to the final couple. We didn't get to see their whole wedding, but we could talk about what we saw. And that is Bennett and Amelia. Now, do you guys think that Bennett and Amelia knowing each other already, do y'all think that this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing? How do you think they're going to react? Because I could not read their reactions. Y'all are going to stop talking about their hygiene. Yeah, Bennett's mom was hilarious. Bennett's mom, she came in like a whirlwind. And when them girls came down there, the aisle on a unicycle, I don't think they were happy to see each other. It didn't seem like it. But they're both kind of like have offbeat personalities. So I don't know if it was like a nervous grin or was it like a kind of grin. Bennett is a low-key, younger, nerdy brother version of Bruno Mars. I don't really see Bruno Mars. He looked like somebody. I can't put my finger on it. He didn't look amused. He did not. Yeah, I think they're gonna be okay, but I just wonder what their past interaction was to make them react that way. His mama was a male. When she told her mom, I was just like, She didn't seem happy. The bird's nest. I think they were happy because if they weren't, we would have been able to tell. This is going to be interesting. It is, because I feel like with them, I'm not going to be able to like really predict anything or try to like see where they're going. They're so like different from anybody I've ever seen. I don't know if like I'm kind of like lost when it comes to them. She was happy when she said she knew him, but I think being in public made them embarrassed. Possibly. Because possibly their friends might have knew, like, oh, they didn't see each other. You never know. I don't know. Bennett's dad was a free spirit in their relationship. Had to be. Because I'm like, Bennett claimed in their household, they talked to furniture and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that was his daddy, because his mama did not seem like, she seems very no nonsense. She seemed fine until she saw his reaction. I feel like they matched them because they're both quirky, but didn't try to look past that to see if they were actually a good match. There are plenty of artsy people in New York. I don't know. I would have to see them interact more. I would have to see more of their personality before I could like say that. I think that it's the camera work producers. I bet they'll be fine. You never know, because they like to piece clips together. So for all we know, they both had big, bright, shining grins. Like, yes, I know you. You never know. If they already knew each other and have never tried to get at each other, that's telling. But what if they've gone on a date or something and it just didn't work? That could be true too. But if that's the case, the experts need to do a better job of, going. Yeah, they need to look into their past dating history better if that's the case. But the friends seem to be onto something, especially the groomsman. Brett is going to shoot a shot with Amelia. I don't know about that. The unicycle did take me out. No, the mama took me out when she saw the unicycle. That's what took me out. Let me see, do I still have that picture? That was hilarious. His mama face took me all the way out. I think I deleted that picture. Child, I be taking too many pictures, y'all. Forget it. I can't find it. But her face took me out. The mask got me. Maybe she was into him, not the other way around. They are artsy folks. Pretty sure they've crossed paths. True, especially in New Orleans. Their friends didn't look like they recognized the other, so I definitely wonder how they met. I want them to work so bad. They are both so quirky. This has to work. I'm scared they will not be able to get past their past. Bennett is too normal? I don't know. No, I'm eating cherries and I'm spitting out the seeds. They do look good together. I talk to my plants, but furniture don't have feelings. Hey, if you talk to your plants, I don't see nothing wrong with it. People talk to themselves all the time. Plants are living things. Talking to them is good. Their wedding photos tells it all. Like he's like, oh no, and she's like, oh yes. I don't think so. I think Ben just probably don't know how to smile in the picture. He has a flip phone. He's not used to taking selfies and pictures. He don't know how he look in pictures because he don't ever take none. I doubt he take any on that flip. I don't think Henry and Christina will work. I'm a little concerned about her mental health based off that preview alone. Benny said he hadn't been with a woman in 6 months. Hopefully, it was an awkward, awkward one night stand with her. I hope not. I didn't even think about that. Y'all thought I was eating sunflower seeds. I hope Christina ain't as high strung as she's presenting herself to be already. Hopefully, this just nerves. Y'all leave Amelia alone. Y'all do know men have hair under their armpits too. Men don't be shaving up under their arms. As long as you put on plenty of deodorant, you clean them up under your arms good. Now, personally, I wouldn't do it, but as long as Bennett don't have a problem with it, I guess it really don't matter. In that preview, Christina was through with those bridesmaids. She said, y'all need to fall in line. She probably a bridezilla. Dang. You're going to jail. Y'all thought I was eating some of everything. Yeah, I'm ready for the honeymoon. I wish they didn't stretch this out into 2 episodes. We really could have got all the weddings this episode, but they love a good cliffhanger. Christina need a roughneck. I used to love Bridezilla. Henry didn't look too well in that clip for next week. He looks like he might have had an anxiety attack. Poor baby. I hope not. I feel for people that struggle with anxiety. Thank you. I hope they don't spend that whole next episode. We need to have half the episode, maybe, should be wedding, and then we should go ahead and at least get into the wedding night. Come on. Right, everybody going on in on Christina. I'm hoping they're like showing her like most anxious moment, and hopefully she wasn't that bad. No, I haven't seen the Indian matchmaking show. Henry won't like being bossed around. Henry seemed like he wouldn't mind a woman taking the lead role. Some men don't mind the woman taking the lead role. The thing is, would Christina respect him? That's the question. I gotta look that show up. I see the previews for Married at First Sight Australia. Christina says she's passive. Well, somebody gonna have to take the lead because both of them are like subdued. Supposedly, she claims she's subdued, and he is too. There was a lady from my hometown who's on Bridezilla, and she showed her entire behind. Then she had the nerve to be ashamed when people stared at her in public. Right. I would never go on that show, but I love to watch it. I couldn't even get into Married at First Sight Australia. I'm gonna be honest. I know 10 couples. 4. I feel like 4 should have been a limit. Because 5 is a lot. All right, you guys. So it's almost been an hour. Yes, I did see that. Did you see the girl that set the car on fire and almost blew her head off? Yes. Let me tell you something. If a man make you want to do something like that, just cut him all the way off. Leave him all the way alone. I don't care if you're married to him. Leave him. If he have you doing something crazy like that, did y'all see that video? She went flying just like the she did. I was like, girl, hold on, let me see. Wait, I don't want to get banned or anything like that. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for showing that. But child, she went flying back, and then she was about to crawl away, but I guess she forgot to take the evidence with her. I was screaming. That was so funny. And the thing is, girl, why don't you just, if you gonna mess somebody's car up, why you gotta set it on fire? Why don't you just key the side of it, break out the windows, you know, the good old fashioned way. Bust the tires, you know, take a knife to the interior. You didn't have to set it on fire, because I'll be mad if my car catch on fire. Cause you have an issue with your man. Newbie, she used too much gasoline. I don't know nothing about that, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. I thought about doing that one time, and I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. All right, you guys. Hold on. Let me put this down. Taylor and Brandon's behavior. The most I've ever done was tear somebody's headphones up. I'm weak. They were Beats though. They were Beats. They were expensive. But I just don't have that in me. I might egg your car. Hey, egging your car can mess that paint job. It can mess with that paint job. Y'all are crazy. They were Beats by Dre. They was expensive, especially during that time. Though they were really like popular, and I was like, "You ain't getting these back." Why didn't I just keep them? I broke them. I could have just kept them. That was stupid. I could have used them. But anyway, guys, it's been an hour. Shout out to everyone who's been in the live. This was fun. It's always fun every week. I do this every week. Live with LaVidaRosa. Go live on every Friday around 10 o'clock. When they first came out, they were $500. Right. He was spending his he had spent his what do you call that? The check. Dang, how come my mind is slipping? That check you get when you're in college. He had spent his check on Beats by Dre. And he made me mad, so I don't even remember what he did. Like, why would you do that, Pinky? I could have kept him. He wasn't gonna get him back regardless. Refund. When he got his refund check, he was stupid and went out and bought some Beats by Dre. Did me wrong and left him at my house. That's the worst mistake he could have made. Because that's $500 out the window. And I'm not even that type to do. He said he didn't think I would do nothing like that. Because I'm not the type to do that. But you deserved it. But yeah, you guys. Do this every Friday. I ain't about that life, y'all, no more. I promise. The stuff I did when I was younger, I don't even have the energy no more. We probably still paying Sally Mae. Right. Okay, I cannot end this live. I can't even remember what he did. That's the craziest part. I can't even remember what he did. Probably talk to me crazy. I can't stand when people get loud with me or call me out of my name or anything like that. Any type of disrespect like that, I can't take it. But live with LaVidaRosa every Friday at 10. I'm going to be doing a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and that will be up Sunday. Sorry. Obviously, I'm going to be reviewing Married at First Sight, and also I'm going to be posting a rant video Monday. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have going on. Oh, check out LaVidaRosaStyle.com where you can find cute accessories. I don't have them on right now. I'm like the worst spokesperson for myself. Leave Morse Chestnut alone. You keep trying it, Alexis. And thank you to everyone who showed up tonight. Couldn't do this live without y'all. I have so much fun talking to y'all. Y'all are hilarious. And I will see you next week for the next live. Love you so much. Bye-bye.